Take a slow, deep breath in right now, as deep as you comfortably can, and let it out. That simple breath you just took may be smaller than the one you could take at 30, and most people have no idea it's happening. Because here's a truth almost nobody talks about. Your lung capacity, the amount of air your lungs can move, gradually changes as you age. The good news, and there's a lot of it today, is that how much capacity you keep is far more in your hands than you might think. Most people assume their lungs are simply on autopilot, working the same their whole lives until something goes wrong. But your lungs age like the rest of you, and the difference between someone who protects them and someone who neglects them can be enormous. Understanding this puts real power back in your hands. We dug into the research on the aging lung, and today I'm going to explain what actually happens to your lung capacity after 60, why it matters for your whole body, and the concrete things that help you hold on to and make the most of the breathing power you have. So stay with me to the end, because I'll share the single biggest factor that separates people whose lung function stays strong from those whose declines fast, and it's something you have real control over. First, let me show you what your lungs actually do, because it makes the rest click. Picture your lungs as a pair of bellows, the kind you'd use to fan a fire. They expand to draw air in, then relax to push it out. And inside, oxygen passes into your blood, while waste gas leaves. For those bellows to work well, three things matter. The lungs need to be elastic and springy, the chest wall around them needs to stay flexible, and the breathing muscles, especially the diaphragm beneath them, need to stay strong. Here's the key. After 60, all three of those tend to change. Let me show you how, and then how to fight back. Quick favor first. If you want to breathe well for many years to come, tap that like button. It helps this reach more adults over 60 who care about staying active. And as you watch, just notice your own breathing for a moment. All right, let's get into it. So, what actually happens to the aging lung? Let me give you the honest picture in three parts. First, the lung tissue itself gradually loses some of its springiness, so the lungs don't recoil and empty quite as efficiently as they once did. Second, the rib cage and chest wall can stiffen over time, sometimes worsened by changes in posture, so the bellows can't expand as fully. And third, the diaphragm and the other breathing muscles tend to weaken with age, just like other muscles, so they can't pull in as big a breath. In plain terms, the lungs get a little less stretchy, the chest gets a little less flexible, and the breathing muscles get a little weaker. Together, that means a gradual decline in how much air you can move, and how efficiently. That's the normal background of aging. But, and this is the heart of today, that's only half the story, because how steeply your lung function declines is heavily influenced by what you do. And nothing illustrates that better than the single biggest factor, which I'll come to. First, let me tell you why this matters so much. Your lungs supply the oxygen for absolutely everything. Your muscles, your heart, your brain. When your breathing capacity stays strong, you have more energy, more stamina, more resilience, and you bounce back better from illness. When it declines too far, everyday activities become exhausting, and your whole quality of life narrows. In plain terms, protecting your lung capacity is protecting your energy and your independence, so this is well worth your attention. Now, here's that single biggest factor I promised, and it's the most important sentence in this video. Whether or not you smoke, and whether you're exposed to smoke and polluted air, is the number one thing that determines how fast your lung function declines. Smoking dramatically accelerates the loss of lung capacity, while avoiding it, and avoiding secondhand smoke and heavy air pollution, protects it. In plain terms, the lungs age slowly on their own, but smoke ages them fast. And here's the genuinely hopeful part. No matter your age, no matter how long you may have smoked, quitting still helps because it slows the decline from that point forward. It is never too late for your lungs to benefit. If this is relevant to you, please talk to your doctor about support. It may be the single best thing you ever do for your breathing. Beyond that, here's what helps you keep and make the most of your lung capacity. Stay physically active, because activity that gently challenges your breathing keeps the heart, lungs, and breathing muscles efficient, this is one of the best things you can do. Mind your posture, because standing and sitting tall lets your lungs expand more fully than slumping does. Practice taking slow, deep breaths that engage your diaphragm, the muscle at the base of your lungs, which can help strengthen your breathing and fully empty stale air. Protect yourself from infections that can damage the lungs by keeping up with recommended vaccinations, which your doctor can advise on. And on days when outdoor air quality is poor, it's wise to limit heavy exertion outside. In plain terms, don't smoke, keep moving, stand tall, breathe deeply, and protect against infection. That's the recipe. So let's bring it together. Your lung capacity does gradually change after 60, as the lungs lose springiness, the chest stiffens, and the breathing muscles weaken. But the pace of that decline is strongly shaped by your choices, above all by avoiding smoke, and supported by staying active, standing tall, breathing deeply, and protecting against infection. The aging is partly inevitable. The decline's speed is largely up to you. Now, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, how's your breathing these days? And what's one activity that gets you moving and breathing a little harder? Be honest, because your answer might inspire someone else reading to take a deep breath and get moving too. We read every comment here at Build After 50, and your stories often become our next videos. And before you go, if this helped, the next video you should watch is right here. It explains why you might be getting short of breath and the 6 causes most people miss. It pairs perfectly with what we covered today. If you're new here, Build After 50 publishes research-based health videos every week, made specifically for adults over 50 who want to stay strong, energetic, and independent. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell so the next one finds you. One important note before we close. Everything we share here at Build After 50 is for educational purposes only. It's grounded in research, but it is not a substitute for personalized medical advice. If you have ongoing breathing trouble or a chronic lung condition, please work with your doctor on what's right and safe for you. They know your situation better than any video ever could. Here's the thought I'll leave you with. Every breath you take is life flowing in. Caring for your lungs, protecting them, using them, breathing deeply is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to keep that life full and strong for the years ahead. Aging well isn't luck. It's the small, smart things you do every day. This is Build After 50. Keep building.